flags once flew, echoes of a past that nobody knew. Highways crack and sidewalks rust. Once a land of dreams, now just dust. A postcard view, but there's no one left. Ghosts of glory still holding their breath. From sea to shining sea, what's left to see? A fading story lost in memory. America, there has been forgotten dreams wrapped in the wind. We watched you fall, we watched you fade. A tale of old, a promise betrayed. Once so loud, now just a whisper. America, there has been, we miss her. Shopping malls turned into graves, echoing laughter, now silent waves. Used to be the place they'd come to roam. Now it's just a memory of a broken home. So grab your map, it's time to depart, searching for hope in a world once torn apart. With every step we tread on the past, a fading mural, memories amassed. America, there has been forgotten dreams wrapped in the wind. We watched you fall, we watched you fade. A tale of old, a promise betrayed. Once so loud, now just a whisper. America, there has been, we miss her. So raise a glass to the moments gone by, to the laughter and tears, to the reasons why. In the junkyards of time, you're a relic of lore, a phoenix that burned but could rise nevermore. America, there has been forgotten dreams wrapped in the wind. We watched you fall, we watched you fade. A tale of old, a promise betrayed. Once so loud, now just a whisper. America, there has been, we miss her. In the end, cities turned to ghosts, and the world moved on, raised a toast to the land of the free, now lost in the dim. Forever remembered, but never to win.
Well, it doesn't matter what I say, as long as it sounds cool. And I'm thinking about this girl. She likes to surf and she's my world. Well, it doesn't matter what.
Au, brrr, ga, ga. Au, brrr, ga, ga. Drip, drip,
Fluff, fluff, growl, growl. Hiss, hiss, jingle, jangle, quack. Lick, lick, moo, moo, neigh, neigh. Ooh, pitter, patter, quack, quack. Rustle, rustle, snap, snap, tweet, tweet. Ooh, vroom, vroom, whoop, whoop. Xylophone, yay, yip, yip, zoom, zoom. Ooh, pitter, patter, quack, quack. Bleat, bleat, chitter, chatter, ding, dong. Ding, dong. Eek, eek, flutter, flutter, gurgle, gurgle. Gurgle, gurgle. Hoot, hoot, jumpy, jumpy, kazoo, kazoo. Kazoo, kazoo. Lash, lash, munch, munch, oink, oink. Oink, oink. Plop, plop, kiva, kiva, rustle, rustle. Screech, screech, tap, tap, trill, trill. Vibrate, vibrate, whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh. X-ray, X-ray, yawn, yawn, zigzag. Yawn, yawn.
buzz, buzz, cluck, cluck, dance, dance. Dance, dance, echo, echo, fizz, fizz. Gleam, gleam, hop, hop, jingle, jingle. Kiss, kiss, leap, leap, murmur, murmur. Murmur, murmur.
Nest, nest, ooze, ooze, purr, purr.
Purr, purr.
Quash, quash, rattle, rattle, splash, splash.
Splash, splash.
Twirl, twirl, whistle, whistle, sea rock, sea rock.
Sea rock, sea rock.
Yodel, yodel, zip, zip. Ah, peace.
Out of the blue, like a gift from the sky, tokens raining down. Oh, we reach for the high, a Wild West adventure where dreams intertwine. In this digital garden, we're all on the line. Airdrop whispers promise a chance to ignite. In the heart of the hustle, we're ready to fight. Airdrop a blessing, a chance to believe. Fortunes unfolding in what we receive. Surprise in the air, like a spark in the night. In this world of crypto, we're chasing the light. Communities gather, united we stand, sharing the wealth. It's a helping hand. From wallets to dreams, we're breaking the mold. With every new token, a story unfolds. In the chaos of markets, we find our way through. The spirit of giving, it's me and it's you. Airdrop a blessing, a chance to believe. Fortunes unfolding in what we receive. Surprise in the air, like a spark in the night. In this world of crypto, we're chasing the light. Like manna from heaven, So let's raise our voices, let the world hear our call. In the spirit of sharing, we'll rise or we'll fall. With every airdrop, a new hope takes flight. In the tapestry woven, we'll shine ever bright. Together we're stronger in this crypto embrace. A community thriving in the digital space. Airdrop a blessing, a chance to believe. Fortunes unfolding in what we receive. Surprise in the air, like a spark in the night. In this world of crypto, we're chasing the light. So here's to the airdrops, the gifts that we share. In the world of crypto, we're free as the air. With every new token, let's celebrate the ride. In this journey together, we'll stand side by side. The world feels heavy, a storm in my chest. I've carried burdens I never asked for, but I'm learning now it's okay to rest, to let go of the weight I was never meant to bore. I don't have to do it all alone, it's okay to be here right now, just as I am. A leaf is available and I'm reaching for it, one easy breath at a time. I release the past, I release the fear, I release the pain that's held me down. I open my heart, I open my mind, I am safe, I am loved, I am found. Breath by breath I rise, even in the midst of challenges. I allow myself to feel good, to feel relief from all pain. I am healed, I am whole, I am worthy of peace and joy. Breath by breath I rise, and I trust the journey, I trust the boy I was, I trust the man, woman I'm becoming. Breath by breath I rise. My body's a vessel of light and love, my soul is light and free. With each breath healing and ease flow freely. Through every wound, every memory, I've been through a lot and I've kept going. That's proof I'm strong and supported. The universe is friendly, it has my back. Things are always working out for me. I release resistance, I release doubt, I release all that no longer serves. I am open to new beautiful experiences, I am open to blessings. Breath by breath I rise, even in the midst of challenges. I allow myself to feel good, to feel relief from all pain. I am healed, I am whole, I am worthy of peace and joy. Breath by breath I rise, and I trust the journey, I trust the boy I was, I trust the have to figure everything out today. I let go of control. I am aligned with the universe's highest good. I am at peace, surrounded by love and support. Joy is my birthright. I am enough. I am enough. And I release all pain, fear, and resistance. Breath by breath, I rise. Even in the midst of challenges, I allow myself to feel good, to feel relief from all pain. I am healed, I am whole, I am worthy of peace and joy. Breath by breath, I rise. I trust the boy I was. I trust the man, woman I'm becoming. Breath by breath, I rise. One breath, one step, from moment I rise. 2021, the world turned cold. Crazy bear circled Ukraine, marking borders not with ink but steel. A slow, deliberate game. The warnings came, whispers first, then the troops, then the tanks. A nation standing, fist clenched, holding ground with trembling hands. They knew it was coming, they always knew. We watched from our place in the north, safe but not untouched. History doesn't repeat, they say, but the rhymes get sharper with time. A bear doesn't change its hunger, it only changes where it hunts. Crazier bear, prowling near, fangs bare, no disguise. Crazier bear, whispers clear, no one's coming, you're alone this time. Then the wind shifted south, different borders, same unease. New tanks, new threats, old playbook. A man with a golden tower, a tyrant in a crimson tide. He says he won't protect us, he says we're nothing but a line on a map. We watch the paw rise, unsure if it will swipe. What do you do with a beast that won't listen? What do you do when your neighbor becomes a storm? Trudeau, steady hands, but even steel bends. You can't reason with the unreasonable. Crazier bear, shadows grow, winter deepens, ice runs thin. Will the north be swallowed in? The world watches, tired, muted. We've seen this script before. Uncle Joe, Mussolini, Hitler. Tyrants rise when fear is strong. First it's tariffs, then it's troops. First it's speeches, then it's silence. Crazier bear, red in tooth. North stands waiting, hearts unshook. Crazier bear, tell me true. How far does madness lurk? Borders are ink, power is breath. A bear doesn't stop when it's fed, only when it's met with teeth of its own. And so we stand, and so we wait. esta pampa donde el viento va, bailan las hojas, susurros de libertad. Con el sol brillante, la tierra florecer, sangra el corazón en un canto de ser. Oh, Argentina, tierra de piel y pasión, tus hijos te cantan con un solo corazón, desde los Andes hasta el mar que abrazas, alma argentina en nuestras entrañas. Cuentos de tango en calles a sonar, historias de gloria que nunca van a callar. Unidos en danza, con fuerza y valor, montamos un futuro cargado de amor. Argentina, tierra de piel y pasión, tus hijos te cantan con un solo corazón, desde los Andes hasta el mar que abrazas, alma argentina en nuestras entrañas. La lucha es la vida, en unión vamos a estar, construyendo caminos que vienen de amar, con el fervor ardiente en cada cerebrón. Argentina es nuestra en cada canción. Argentina, tierra de piel y pasión, tus hijos te cantan con un solo corazón, desde los Andes hasta el mar que abrazas, alma argentina en nuestras entrañas. Alma argentina, en el viento así va, cada rincón canta en la inmensidad, desde el norte al sur, en brazos de paz. Alma argentina, nunca te Oh, the eagle once soared with a dollar in its claw, bullied the north with a sneer and a flaw, called our PM governor, laughed in our face, threatened our borders, our land, our space. But the bricks rose up with a system so bold, gold-backed and steady, no Fed to control. 2022, Russia said no more, no way. 2023, Sally dropped the petrodollar play. Oh, the sanctions, the wars, the debts piled high. Your printing press broke and the world said goodbye. The swift kicks came fast, the alliances did crack. Now you're just a has-been, no taking it back. Permanently unpegged, no more king of the hill. Permanently unpegged, the world's had its fill. From the Arctic to Asia, we're singing it loud. The empire's just middle of the road now. You froze our accounts, you mocked our name, but the tables have turned. Oh, what a shame. Carnea Davos, January 26 said the old order's done. Here's the new fix, the global
joke. Your stocks are a ghost, and the world's moving on. You're just coast to coast, permanently unpegged. No more king of the hill, permanently unpegged. The world's had its fill, from the Arctic to Asia. We're singing it loud. The empire's just middle of the road now. Oh, America. Oh, America, we told you so. Now you're just a cautionary tale in the history books, middle of the road. Ooh.
Little Timmy's got a black eye, lunch money's been snatched. Laughs echo where the wolves lurk, their cruelty unmatched. Teacher turns a blind eye, principals all talk. Boys will be boys, they whisper, but the cracks start in the chalk. One day dirt kicks back, the swing set starts to sway. A bigger shadow climbs the slide, you don't get to play today. The crowd holds its breath, the sky cracks like a bone. What goes around comes around, now you're reaping what you've sown. Playground bullies might get a pass, but the world's bullies shatter their own glass. You can steal the swings, you can punch the clock, but the king of the hill gets the same hard knock. Bigger bullies rise, karma's in their debt. What you launch to the sky comes back as a threat. Same script, bigger stage, tanks roll and boardrooms lie. A tyrant in a tie, on his white throne, same hollow cry. They'll sanction, sneer and strut, until the ground starts to shake. But every Goliath's hour falls, earth only bends until it breaks. Allies turn to ghosts, sanctions bite like frost. A storm brews where the wheat fields pay the cost. The crown's just splinters now, the crown's a roaring flame. You built your walls too tall, now there's no one left to blame. Playground bullies might get a pass, but the world's bullies shatter their own glass. You can steal the swings, you can punch the clock, but the king of the hill gets the same hard knock. Bigger bullies rise, karma's in their debt. What you launch to the sky comes back as a threat. Empires built on fist and fear, they crumble like a house of cards. The wolves who feast on blood and tears end up starving in the yard. The world's a patient judge, it waits. The reckoning don't care for dates. Think you're tough? Try tempting fate. Playground bullies fade to dust, global ones they rust with every unjust thrust. The sun don't set on truth's parade, every bully's debt gets paid.
Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4. I was getting ready for a fancy date night, a romantic evening, candlelight just right. But then I felt it in the mirror's glare, a tiny mountain rising from I don't know where. It's a red alert, a cold burgundy. It's taking up residency just south of my spine. You see, I can't reach it with my hands, my phone camera's a blur. So I need your services, doctor, I'm absolutely sure. Babe, can you check my pimple again? Put on your gloves and grab the halogen pen. It's a trust fall into a crater on my back. Is it a mole, is it, or a volcanic crack? I need your diagnosis, your professional tweeze. Get up close, my love, and just act it, please. Babe, can you check my pimple again? Till death or extraction do us part, amen. I see that look, that sigh, the resigned defeat as you swap the champagne for the bathroom seat. You wield the flashlight like a surgical beam, peering into a landscape from a weird greasy dream. You say it's just a pore, I say it's pulsating. Look, is that a hair, a seed, the end of a hook? You mumble about exfoliating, let it be, but I need a second opinion from you for free. Babe, can you check my pimple again? Put on your gloves and grab the halogen pen. It's a trust fall into a crater on my back. Is it a mole, is it, or a volcanic crack? I need your diagnosis, your professional tweeze. Get up close, my love, and just act it, please. Babe, can you check my pimple again? Till death or extraction do us part, amen. This isn't just a pimple, it's a vow, a promise that you'll examine any eyebrow, that you'll scan for blackheads in the morning light, and tell me if that rash is gonna be alright. Through sickness, health, and weird subcutaneous stuff, you promised to tell me when I've picked enough. So forget the roses, forget the wine, just tell me if this thing has got a center line. Test. Is it ready? Is it repeat? Just do your best. I trust your eyes more than any empty. Just squeeze with love and set my skin free. Babe, you better check this pimple of
Thank you.
Thanks, honey, wanna get that pizza now.
Breaking tonight, the former United States of America. Stock market's silent, borders erased, flags in flames. Experts say the collapse was inevitable.
Distant sirens, crowd chants fading into a low drone.
They sold freedom like a fast food meal, supersized lies with a toy in the deal. Every war was a clearance sale, every dream had a price on the nail. Neon gods on the shopping mall cross, Sunday sermons on a cable news gloss, pledge of allegiance to a dead-end brand, while the ocean climbed up through the promised land. They kept the lights on way too long, burned the future just to feel strong. We watched the smoke rise on our screen, said this is what you get for eating your dreams. America went out of business, closed its eyes and killed the witness. All the signs said going, going, gone, and the world just quietly moved on. They marked it down, red tag the truth, liquidated hope and youth. When the doors blew wide at 2 a.m., we said that's what became of them. Stocked the shelves with prayers and guns, called it peace under dying suns. Every channel sold the same old fear, till no one sane was left to hear. They built walls out of broken screens, fed their children gasoline dreams. Red, white, and blue on a rusted sign, 50 states of overtime. They joked about the end online, memes and blood in the checkout line. Hashtag riots, culture wars, while the bankers ran out the back doors. America went out of business, filed for moral insolvency. No one showed up for the final sale, just ghosts in a failing democracy. They auctioned off the anthem cheap, left the soldiers out in the heat. When the clock hit midnight, screens went black and nobody wanted it back. No warranty on empire, no returns on holy fire, just ashes in the discount bin, where the end of the world had always been. But by 26 the seams all tore, civil war in the grocery store. Red states, blue states, chalk outline streets, dead flags tangled in power lines and tweets. The decade after was a wasteland real, Mad Max moaning on a rusted wheel. Highways cracked like broken valves, burned out suburbs turned to cattle towns. We watched from oceans far away, another empire melt to clay. Turned the channel, changed the feed, said this is what comes from worshiping greed. America went out of business, Earth put up a do not resuscitate. 50 years on, we just shake our heads at the country that loved to self-incinerate. They printed death, they called it faith, lit the fuse and broke the safe. When the smoke cleared off their broken throne, Canada, Mexico took the bone.
Spoken documentary style. In the ruins of the strip malls and stadiums, kids climb over rusted letters that once spelled a name. No one bothers to pronounce correctly anymore. They say a flag once flew here, loud as an advertisement, fragile as a plastic bag in a hurricane. Now it's just coordinates on old maps, a trivia question in some global classroom. What was America?
Half sung, building up, just a headline on a broken screen, a rerun of a rerun dream, a warning label on the past. How long can a fire like that last?
We don't miss the screaming, we don't miss the show, just a cautionary tale of how far pride will go.
They thought the world would die without their anthem in the sky. the sun came up on time the day we watched them say goodbye. America went out of business, storefronts shattered, windows blind, history stared, paid in full by the weight of its own design. No grand invasion, no foreign knife, they just overdosed on their way of life. 50 years later in the global hum, we hum a different song and drum. America went out of business, last dead fading in the neon rain. Just another lost civilization who mistook power for a soul or a name. The sign still hangs on a broken chain, open 24/7, washed out by rain. If you listen close, you can hear the refrain. Make us great, then nothing, just wind on an empty plane. This morning, coffee in my hand, heard the rooster crow and cross this peaceful, quiet land. No talk of freedom, fries or eagles in the sky, just a gentle breeze whispering as the days go by. Oh, a better world without America, some folks might declare. No Hollywood blockbusters, no fast food everywhere, just simple living beneath a calmer sun, wondering what's for dinner with the day's work done. My tractor's still a running, but it ain't made for war. No global superpower knocking on my door. No talk of markets crashing or debts we gotta pay. Just strumming my guitar now at the close of day. Oh, a better world without America, some folks might declare. No Hollywood blockbusters, no fast food everywhere. Just simple living beneath the calmer sun, wondering what's for dinner with the day's work done. We're all just folks with dreams and fears, no matter where we roam, pondering our future and longing for our home. Maybe fewer arguments and more friendly smiles, walking down these dirt roads for 1,000 peaceful miles. Oh, a better world without America, some folks might declare. No Hollywood blockbusters, no fast food everywhere. Just simple living beneath the calmer sun, wondering what's for dinner with a day's work done. Yeah, a world without America, it's a thought that makes you grin. Who knows what kind of peaceful trouble we get ourselves in? Just simple songs and simple lives under a sky so blue. Yeehaw! To that new horizon, me and you.
In a world that tells you to fit in, dancing to a tune you never begin. Embrace the quirks that make you whole. Each oddity a thread in your soul. The whisper, why can't you be like them? But darling, those whispers won't break your stem. Sing your song loud, let the rhythm flow. The most beautiful blooms are the ones that grow. Your weirdness is your superpower, shining brightly like a blooming flower. Flaunt those differences with all your might. You're the spark in someone's darkest night. Everyone's a puzzle with pieces askew. You're the masterpiece in color, so true. Stand tall in your skin, let your spirit roam. You're the lighthouse guiding others home. So when they laugh or look askew, remember, darling, it's their fear shining through. Wear the crown of your unique crown. Let your voice echo, let your light drown. Your weirdness is your superpower, shining brightly like a blooming flower. Flaunt those differences with all your might. You're the spark in someone's darkest night. your superpower? Shining brightly like a blooming flower. Flaunt those differences with all your might. You're the spark in someone's darkest night. So take a step forward, embrace who you are. The world needs your glow. Be the brightest star. Your weirdness is your superpower. You're the anthem of joy in every hour.
its name, and the sky begins to breathe in quiet circles. A soft shade awakes somewhere between a heartbeat and a memory, and it calls itself aubergine. Where the night learns to dream, you live where twilight folds its blankets, where shadows become velvet instead of fear, where the soul slips out of its edges and wanders softly into wider rooms. You are the last whisper of sunset, still glowing long after the sun has gone home. You color the space that dreams use to sketch their beginnings. Lift me into you, aubergine, carry me into the deep calm, where the night curls around itself like a sleeping animal, where the world slows down just enough for the heart to hear its own small ocean. Lift me into you. Hands dipped in stars, you are not loud. You never asked the sky to notice you, and yet you hold constellations gently, as if they were fireflies cupped in both hands. Your quiet is not empty, your quiet is full, like a temple built out of midnight silk, warm at the center, cool at the edges, alive everywhere. What the moon confessed, the moon once told me, it envies the way you rest on the world, unhurried, unbothered, a soft hush in the language of color, a promise that nothing beautiful ever needs to shout. Lift me into you, aubergine, carry me into the deep calm, where the night curls around itself like a sleeping animal, where the world slows down just enough for the heart to hear its own small ocean. Lift me into you. Some colors push, some colors demand, but you pull without pulling. You draw wandering spirits closer, like a tide made of tenderness. You turn every anxious breath into something whole, something soft, something possible. Aubergine, take me to the quiet center, where the dark is warm and the world feels held. Let me drift in your pulse, that slow, sacred shimmer. You are the color I fall toward every time I close my eyes. Aubergine, my evening shelter, my lantern shade, my calm. The lanterns rise, and when the dawn finally turns, carrying its basket of pale gold, you remain like the echo of a wish, still glowing under the ribs, a memory gently humming, I In a crowded room, I wear a mask. Smiles and laughter, a heavy task. They talk about dreams I just wanna hide. Floating in silence, nowhere to confide. Living among people feels like dying. A dance with shadows, my heart's denying. I crave the quiet, the soft embrace. In solitude's arms, I found my place. Family dinners, they drain my soul. Conversations spinning out of control. I love them dearly, but oh, the strain. I'd rather sip coffee, let silence reign. Living among people feels like dying. A dance with shadows, my heart's denying. I crave the quiet, the soft embrace. In solitude's arms, I found my place. Oh, the world's a storm with chaos and noise. I seek the calm, the peace I enjoy when I curl up, just me and my thoughts. I find the beauty in all I've sowed. In a long-term love, we've carved our way. Two souls in rhythm, we dance and sway. She knows my heart, my need to roam. In her gentle presence, I feel at home. Living among people feels like dying. A dance with shadows, my heart's denying. I crave the quiet, the soft embrace. In solitude's arms, I found my place. So take me to the woods where the wild things play. Let me lose myself
Well, I woke up this morning feeling abusable. My coffee was cold and my mood was accusatory. The news on the TV was inexcusable, and my neighbor's dog was barking misusage at me. Oh, it's USA in every word, USA in every line. From Medusa stares to recusant wines. You say you're the best, but your over-usage is clear. A fusillade of nonsense, year after year. I tried to explain, but you're confuser. Your logic's so weak, it's diffuser. You abuser your power, you accusing your friends, and your excuses never make amends. Oh, it's USA in every word, USA in every line. From Medusa stares to recusant wines. You say you're the best, but your over-usage is clear. A fusillade of nonsense, year after year. You're a crusader with a fuselage of pride, a disabuser with nothing left inside. Your usurpation game is unusable and old, but the world's still watching. Your story's been told. So here's to the land of the abuser door, where accusations fly like a tornado. You're inexcusable, but we'll sing it with cheer. A USA-filled anthem for the whole world to hear. Yes, I'm living it. This is some Medusa stares to recusant wines. You say you're the best, but your over-usage is clear. A fusillade of nonsense, year after year.
sing with such grace. But now you're stiff as a model, with that sober look on your face. You'd stumble, fall, but you'd laugh loud, with your slurred up words full of charm. Now you sit quiet, so damn proud, and I miss your goofy alarm. You drink like a fish in a bar, and spill your thoughts on my shoes. But now you're too good for a jar, and I can't find my excuse. You tell me jokes that made no sense, like how your shoes fit on your ears. But now you're just too damn intense, counting calories and fears. So here's to the man I once knew, who'd laugh and pass out in the yard. Now you're all health and protein too, but babe, you're acting real hard. So go ahead, drink some water, but I'll be here sipping wine, 'cause a sober Ruiz ain't hotter. Booze makes you quite fine. Booze improves Ruiz, I swear. You make me laugh with that stare. Now you just sit in despair. I liked you better in that chair. Babe, let's get back to that flair. Oh, booze improves Ruiz, fair and square.
Canada was gentle, just sorry in snow. But cross our border, buddy, boom, the North's gonna show. Our geese ain't just hissing, they've got jetpacks and lasers, and the Mounties ride comets in neon green chasers. Hey, oh, you want war? Take off, hey. The sky splits in two, Aurora Borealis, nah, UFOs breaking through. Canalians, laser moose, beaver spies. You'll freeze in your boots when the tundra roars alive. From Yorkton to Yukon, we got claws, not just trees, okay? Mess with Canada and you'll meet interstellar peacekeepers, eh? Our polar bears, titanium claws sharp as your doom. Moose tanks crush your drones while beavers phase through the moon. Poutine rains from saucers, gravy's acid fries bombs and hockey sticks. Railgun scores 10-0 for the North, Mom. The aliens speak softly, we love your maple syrup. Then their death rays start humming, crank the rush, turn it up. You'll scream, what's that creature? That's just Steve from Quebec. He's a cyborg moose walrus with a chainsaw. Ek, ek, ek. Canalians, nanobot maple streams. You'll beg for sorry mercy in your alien screams. We're nice but our careers, they'll warp speed your defeat. Invade our home and you'll retreat on frostbitten feet. So tell your space emperors, your warlords are clones. Canada's got backup, and they're not from Earth's time zone. We'll share syrup and kindness, just don't make us fight. 'Cause even our aliens say, buddy, have a good night.
Wake up to the sunlight, the day begins anew. Coffee on the counter is calling out for you. Pour the water gently, let the magic flow. In this little ritual, let the good vibes grow. Coffee, water, power time in the morning light. Everything feels sublime with every drop, our worries unwind. In a cup of dreams, we're leaving the grind. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're leaving the grind. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The kettle starts to gurgle, a symphony of heat. A dancer, steam and aroma, a melody so sweet. Plugged in and ready, the world fades away. With every sip I take, I find my way to play. Coffee, water, power time in the morning light. Everything feels sublime with every drop, our worries unwind. In a cup of dreams, we're leaving the grind. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're leaving the grind. Ooh, so here's to the moments, both big and small, to laughter and stories, we'll cherish them all. Raise your cup high, let's toast to today. With love in our hearts, we'll find our way. Coffee, water, power time in the morning light. Everything feels sublime with every drop, our worries unwind. In a cup of dreams, we're leaving the grind. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're leaving the grind. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So let's brew some memories. Let's take our time with coffee in hand. Life's a beautiful rhyme. To my dad on his birthday, here's a toast from me. In every cup of coffee, there's love. Can't you see? Ooh, can't you see?
In a land of suits and ties so neat, rose baboon man with unshod feet. His hair a wild, unruly crown. He swung through politics upside down. With a grin that showed teeth like a knife, he juggled bananas and chaos in life. His speeches were howls, a cacophony loud, as he rallied his followers, an unruly crowd. Vote for the madness, he'd bellow and screech, while scratching his belly, no lesson to teach. His plans were like vines, tangled and thick, a circus of folly, a slapstick trick. He danced on the tables, tossed papers with glee, claiming I'm one with the wild and the free. The humans all cheered, caught in his thrall, while reason and logic took a great fall. But the rivers ran dry, the crops turned to dust. Yet Baboon Man laughed, in chaos we trust. With a kingdom of jesters and fools by his side, he ruled with a fist, but the wisdom had died. So here in this land where the strange became king, Baboon Man reigns with a jester's wild swing. A cautionary tale, this ruler absurd, where the wild has outshone the voice of the herd. Vote for the madness, he'd bellow and screech, while scratching his belly, no lesson to teach. His plans were like vines, tangled and thick, a circus of folly, a slapstick trick. He danced on the tables, tossed papers with glee, claiming I'm one with the wild and the free. The humans all cheered, caught in his thrall, while reason and logic took a great fall. He danced on the tables, tossed papers with glee, claiming I'm one with the wild and the free. The humans all cheered, caught in his thrall, while reason and logic took a great fall. He He danced on the tables, tossed papers with glee, claiming I'm one with the wild and the free. The humans all cheered, caught in his thrall, while reason and logic took a great fall.
Willow moonbeam, salt spring queen, yurt on the hill, best kombucha you've seen. Three lovers named Sage, river and sky, living the dream till property taxes run high. Honey, by dynamic, my ass, $40 a jar ain't gonna last. Said it was blessed by a hummingbird's wing, but the mortgage is due and the debt is a sting. She spins her own yarn from ethically shorn sheep. Claims Walmart is evil while shopping for fleece cheap. Her Volvo's a temple of hemp and a kale, leaving a trail, organic despair on the trail. Sage plays the didgeridoo under the moon. Rivers craft and dream catchers in hand soon. Skies brewing potions with nettles and dew, all searching for bliss and Wi-Fi that's true. The tourists all stare with cameras in hand, snapping photos of yours in this promised land. Willow smiles sweetly, 'cause they all buy her wares, ignoring the truth behind the tie-dye snares. Honey, by dynamic, my ass, $40 a jar ain't gonna last. Said it was blessed by a hummingbird's wing, but the mortgage is due and the debt is a sting. She lectures on privilege, sipping chai so bold, while secretly hoping her yurt won't be sold. The revolution is coming, she shouts to the trees, wearing blunt stones worth more than most folks' degrees. Honey, by dynamic, my ass, $40 a jar ain't gonna last. Said it was blessed by a hummingbird's wing, but the mortgage is due and the debt is a sting. Oh, Salt Spring is calling with its siren-like song, where the free spirits roam and nothing goes wrong. Except the honey, it's fake, a capitalist lie. But Willow's got bills, so she closes one eye. Honey, honey, by dynamic my ass.
came in 1992 on a casual Friday. By 95, she had the keys to every cabinet and hallway. They called her collaborative, a real team-oriented player. But Gitta had a binder, and the binder had your name there. She never raised her voice once, never missed a standing meeting. She CC'd the whole department on your incomplete reporting. She smiled at your onboarding with her eyes like frozen tundra, and filed your first mistake away before you'd finished your probanda. Don't touch her parking spot. Don't take her coffee mug. Don't ask her to rescope. Don't say I'll loop you in. She knows what you mean by that. She's known since 2004. Gitta doesn't forget. Gitta never forgot. Gitta blackened the careers of many, moving needles backward, leveraging her plenty stakeholders.